Hello everyone, welcome back. I have a broken extractor on my Palmetto PX-9. Now this is the custom one. You guys have seen me shoot this rifle plenty of times. I love this rifle. I love the artwork on it. I mean, this was a $1,200 rifle, but it is beautiful. Now this is a 9mm rifle, okay? So this has the 9mm bolt. Now the bolt that they give you with this, it's a little bit different. It says PSA hybrid. Let me show you guys a close-up of the bolt. And I don't know exactly how many changes they made on it, but one of the changes that I noticed, I mean, I can see that there's the weight back here is a little bit different. And I got another one here from Qual Valley. Basically, we're just going to do a side-by-side comparison. So the one over here on the top is from Qual Valley. And the extractor, let me get behind the camera, make sure you guys can see it. So just a couple of differences between the hybrid and the standard, or the more standard 9mm AR bolt, which I'd never really paid attention to until the extractor broke. And you can see over here how the top one is the standard one. You can see how that's got an AR extractor in there basically. Okay, it's got the same footprint. This one is different. Now the other thing I noticed that's a little bit different is this, I guess, shark fin on top, the fin on top over here, where the charging handle grabs onto. That looks like it's in a slightly different position. The standard one is a little further back. This one's a little bit more forward, and I'm starting to wonder if that's the reason why you can't lock the gun open. I don't know for sure. We're going to find out, because we're going to put this one, the standard one, in the rifle in a second. Because I'm not able to lock the gun open, and I always assumed it had to do with the TACM buffer system that's in there. But now that I can see that the bolt, because this isn't just a bolt carrier, this is the bolt itself, because it's different than an AR bolt. It's all contained in one. So what is normally a bolt carrier in an AR-15 is this whole thing is the actual bolt. And then the extractor goes directly into the bolt. It doesn't it's not it's not the rotating locking mechanism. This is a straight blowback. This is basically a large 22. Okay, so this is a straight blowback. But if you look at the extractor on the standard one, which is over here, and let me pull out the broken extractor. And you can see how the claw, right? The claw's been completely ripped off, because basically over here there should be a claw that comes down to grab the cases. Well, that's completely gone. And the way this goes in, I had to figure this out. That just kind of slides into the front, and it goes in there, and then the pin goes through it over here. I had to put like a little you gotta use either like needle nose pliers or wire clippers to pull this out. So I kind of had to figure that out, how to get this out of there. But this slides in through the front. And it's basically, there's no separate spring. It's all self-contained. Because normally you have the extractor and then there's a spring in there. This is a single piece here. Now I have less than 1,000 rounds on this, so I'm kind of surprised that it broke that easy. I'm wondering I don't know if this is just basically that this one extractor is defective, or if it's just the way it's going to be. Now, comparing it to the standard one, right? Let's see. Yeah, so compare and get behind the camera. So this is more of like the standard 9mm bolt carrier. Now, if you compare the extractors, you can see the one on the custom one, it's thinner, right? You can see how it's thinner. So naturally, if it's thinner, it's probably going to be, I would think, a little bit less strong. So that might be the reason why it broke inside of 1,000 rounds. But yeah, that's a standard AR-15 extractor that they put in there, and this is the custom one. So it's definitely, the width of it is thinner, so there's less metal there. So it stands to reason that this is going to be a little bit less strong. I don't know why they made this change, and I'm sure they had a reason for it somehow to improve it. But anyway, what I want to do now, let me put this to the side. Oh, by the way, let me show you the bolt. So the bolt is the same on both of them. So not the bolt, the pin, the firing pin. So the firing pin has a spring. So this is different than an AR-15 firing pin. because usually an AR-15 firing pin doesn't have a spring in there. This does. The back is a little bit different, so you can't throw in there a standard AR-15 firing pin. So that's the firing pin that came out of that custom 9mm PX-9. So what I want to do now, and I'm doing this like for the first time, is I'm going to take this Core Valley 9mm bolt and I'm going to put it into this rifle, and we're going to see if it works. Because I already sent out an email. I actually spoke to somebody at customer service. Well, it fits, yeah. I already spoke to somebody at customer service about replacing this extractor. I tried initially to just do it online through their customer service, fill out these boxes, and I was having a real time filling that out and sending it through because they were asking questions that, like, basically you had to go back to your original invoice. I've had this for more than a year. You have to find the original invoice and find like the order number, and find they even asked you for a SKU number, and I was able to find that. And then they asked for something else, and when I think it was a SKU number. When I put the SKU number in, it wasn't. The field was telling me that it wasn't good enough. It wasn't accepting it, and it wasn't letting me send it out. So what I ended up doing is I'm like, oh shit, now I got to call in, and who knows, I'll be on the phone. To my surprise, they picked up the phone within a few minutes. I mean, I was on the phone waiting for less than 3 minutes, which is good. This noise dropped a little bit. So I was on the phone for just a few minutes. I told the lady a couple of questions, the issue, and she sent me an email. I sent back the email with all the information, including some pictures, and hopefully this will get resolved quickly. Okay, but in the meantime, I want to shoot the gun. So I'm going to put in the Core Valley bolt. Okay, and let's see if it's going to work. It should work. I don't see why it shouldn't work. The only thing that's different is the fact that it's got the TACM 3-stage buffer system here. I'm just curious if it's going to let it go back far enough to lock. No, it's not letting it go back far enough to lock. So somebody said that if you remove one of the pieces out of the 3-stage buffer system, that'll lock. When I did that with the hybrid bolt, it wouldn't do it. And I don't feel like doing that right now, so I'm just going to accept the fact that this gun will not lock open. Okay, I mean, we're not talking about the last round. Okay, but even initially, you can't lock this gun open, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't train new shooters with this, is because I need to be able to lock the gun open and show them how to load the gun. So I just use the regular PX-9. So anyway, let me put my ears on, and let's see if this will work. It should work. The only issue that we might have is cycling, because the bolt, basically the bolt acts as an additional buffer weight, basically. You can see how it's weighted down the back. So this slows it down to get the bullet out the barrel and to give the hammer time to reset. One of the issues I have had with 9mm ARs, sometimes when I'm switching like into shorter barrels, like down to like with a 4-inch barrel, sometimes I'll put on these things. If you have like a PX-9 with a 10-inch barrel, and then you buy one of their 4-inch barrels and you put it on it, sometimes the hammer doesn't reset because the timing isn't right. So let's see how the timing is on this and if this will work. I'm doing a lefty so you guys can see better. Okay. Yeah, works good. So good thing is I couldn't really feel a difference in the recoil. So I don't know what they were looking for when they changed the bolt to the hybrid, but I couldn't, at least now the way I'm shooting here, I couldn't tell a difference in the recoil. But the good thing is that with the Core Valley bolt that I have in there, I can shoot the gun until I get the pieces that I need. And this is, actually I have because I have so many PX-9s, I've got, hold on, I got 1, 2, 3, I got 4 bolts in here, backup, ready to go. The second one of these bolts goes down, I just swap them in, and then, so I can keep the guns running. And then we'll figure out how to fix it after the part. So beautiful rifle, absolutely love it. I hope that Palmetto makes a standard AR-15 in this color. I will buy it like in a second. That's what I would like Palmetto to do. Make me just a standard AR-15 16-inch barrel length in these colors. And as soon as I see it, I will buy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, by the way, as far as that broken extractor, I did a prior video on this topic. Very important safety issue, because the way this worked out is I was at a gun range yesterday. I was training somebody, right? And what happened is while they were shooting, the extractor broke, and I didn't immediately realize that it broke, and that's a potential safety issue, because what happens is, you know, when you take out, let's say you decide you don't want to shoot anymore, right? You take out your magazine, right, and you do that. Well, your extractor's broken, so it's not pulling that round out, so you think that it's empty. That's why you gotta physically like look in there and check that chamber. Make sure you verify that chamber is empty, because if you got a broken extractor and you don't visually check it, you've got a live round in there. Okay, so that's an important thing. I did a whole separate video on this yesterday that I uploaded, but I just want to throw this in at the end here. You know, that's why you can't just rely on doing that and depending on the extractor on any gun, not just on any gun, just working. Okay, extractors break. Sometimes I've got extractors that will go like close to 10,000 rounds and they're still going, they're still good. And then sometimes I'll have extractors that will break inside of 1,000 rounds. So you never know when it's gonna break, okay? So that's why you have to visually check that chamber and make sure that there's no round there. And if it's dark at night, you gotta get your little pinky in there. Make sure that chamber is empty. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys are following me on the uncensored platforms, on Rumble, on Pocono Guns, on Odyssey, on Pocono Tactical, on YouTube. I got 3 backup channels. I'm Pocono Shooting. I'm Absolute Gun Rights. And then I got the original Safa channel that goes all the way back to 2006. Talk to you guys soon.